So where does the spirituality come into play? Because many people who have had, it's kind of like now the whole ET and UFO phenomenon goes hand in hand with the spiritual awakening scenario, and people are coming to these awakenings, or and it's kind of, one way or the other. Somebody can have a kundalini experience, and then they're they meet these beings, these higher intelligences in meditation, and then ships show up, and then they're in deep meditation and ships come over their house, and there's this weird link there. But like you said, it's always to the betterment of the person. It's no like, at that moment, fear's gone. It's something beautiful. It's to help me be a better person, to bring forth healing to humanity and things like this. Where does the whole spirituality come in to play with that, as far as the ETs maybe wanting us to ascend or wanting to teach us about our true selves?
Very good question, Derek, and I'm really glad you brought it up. What we've discovered with Free, and because we're working with neuroscientists, professors of psychology and astrophysics and what have you, what we've put together is an understanding that this experience can be the catalyst for this experience can not just be seeing UFOs. It can be after a near-death experience. It can be after a Kundalini awakening. It can be after some kind of spiritual practice. Even, taking ayahuasca, for example, what that does is shift our consciousness to another realm of awareness where we can then see what's in the other realms, which is, you can see your spirit guides or angels. You can see these non-human intelligences. You perceive this greater realm. Some would see even fairies, for example, or higher spiritual beings. And all of this is in that realm. And so it doesn't have to be the UFO catalyst. It can be through spiritual practices that this occurs. So what we're really looking at is consciousness. We're looking at an accelerated, elevated consciousness, a higher frequency, if you like. And this can happen through, your interactions with these beings, through seeing a UFO or whatever, or through, a near-death experience. So it really is, what we're looking at here is a shift in human consciousness that can happen in different ways for different people. For one soul, it can be through seeing a UFO. From somebody else, it can be a Kundalini awakening. It's really what the soul, I think, chooses as their business plan for this planet, if you like. My business plan is I'm going to have it when I see this UFO when I'm 14 or whatever it is. And so from that, then it's the catalyst to get them to see beyond the 3D programming, which is the problem of this planet, which says, unless you can see it through and hear it and feel it on, our senses, that it's not real. And what we're really discovering is that we're multidimensional. And this is the catalyst that shows us our multidimensional nature. And all the wonderful things that happen from that is the changes in somebody spiritually. They start to care about the planet. They start to believe, feel and sense, that many start to communicate with animals and feel the consciousness of the planet. They start to feel energies from people. They start to realize, become very empathic, for example. All these things, these psycho-spiritual changes, all seem to be, if you like, triggered by these experiences, whether it's through, as I say, taking ayahuasca or Kundalini awakening, or through seeing a UFO.
That's true. Those plant medicines seem to melt away this matrix, and what we think to be real, or what we think to be everlasting. Even, I think it's funny because, like, even in the scriptures, Jesus says to focus upon the things that are eternal: love, joy, peace, and these things. And when you have those encounters, whether it is through a psychedelic, you are in touch with the divine. And I think there's something there, whether it's just this spark of awe, whether it is you take the medicine, the sacrament, or you see the UFO, it sparks this awe and wonder. Or you watch Avatar. Like, many people watch the movie Avatar, and that sparked their awakening.